I don't know if there was an actual apology in that mess. You know when you feel it. They rely on words, very small ones. The big ones are used to beguile, but they really don't know what they're saying. I've had to work with slime like that, and to the dismay of all the hard work and counterproductive, useless indoctrinations, 2, 3, 4, I put in a concerted effort to avoid their kind. Ignorant people should not be tasked to do things. Lion-ass town crier. They're after your stuff. Oh my God, mercy me. Nimmy, nimmy, nimmy. Shut the fuck up. We get it. You're stupid, but there are people who don't know that. I had too much respect for my dreams and aspirations to do something half-assed for a living. I believe in the logic and fairness of learning as you go. They call it mentoring. To achieve mastery, not just stick a label on the, stick a label you could buy. And would you morons quit killing my chances 2 hours before I caught my breath? I had no idea how low the bar had fallen, and no clue how to approach positions with lots of digits, and no way around it with a jacked up resume that should have read Cambridge. But I got an app for that. But they've taken over that sandbox too. Thanks to the minions of the minions slandering me and mine as an ovarian hyphenated American used to have at every opportunity. And there are far too many of my own pointing their own projectinometers in my face. My experience with this kind of, well, you're not one of those Negroes, so no offense intended, is long and undistinguished. I can smell it like a fart downwind from Ferguson Farm. Good grief. The higher the greed, the lower the value of life, and every kind of greed applies here. Well, these are bigots in the media destroying the moral of this country. No offense. They're useless to any kind of growth that contributes to the man you wouldn't even vote for. No offense. I'm just calling them as I see them. And with a limited view, they must spew from the hole they've dug their head into. No offense. And I do wish they consider removing themselves from all things useful until the next time the earth shakes. No offense. Useless people should not be allowed to do things if the states can't get it together and be part of the United States of American dream. Don't lie to me that your civil rights have been violated just because you can't find a Starbucks latte for lack of knowing any better. By the way, if you furlough FAA, the Starbucks does not open. Because the essential people reporting for their volunteer work, no, they don't get paid more, they're essential. And every time an embassy got hit, we didn't see Dad until his part was handled. But his mortgage was around $200, and I can't believe he moaned about it. How much did you tax us? Upper middle class my ass. When I sat with Richard Marcus in the grocery store, laughing away the pain of why I landed my butt like that in a powwow chair sitting next to him, I take great offense to that piece of flaming shit putting the entire middle class on red alert against people he knows absolutely nothing about, and didn't even bother when he had every means to remedy that jacked up situation. Where is your sign? He who shall not be named, or feared, or even why give him any pull? Why do people pay him to say these things? He who gives them justification to do nothing for anybody they can't see in the mirror. Fear the rest, just in case. I'm sure there was some local police report that picked up on that fart I let off in the high school breezeway, and went on to claim I'd caused some kind of violation against affecting their air because the flatulations emitted from people of color was a detriment to white society. And what did he say? After all these years of all that mess, gee, I didn't know this country was so wimpy. Gee, are you kidding me? Until I see him pucker up as the POTUS bends over, Obama crack will be the buzz of the millennium. He is the #1 wannabe minion of Boogeyman Incorporated. If you see a small business owner give you that vibe when you walk into their store, chances are he's a wage-gapping disciple of this guy, he who gives them justification to do nothing for anybody they cannot see in the mirror, and fear the rest, just in case. Grab your guns, nimby, nimby, nimby. Oh, shit. Yeah. God bless America. I had the great love of 10 years, a little kid, little brown ginger, just humla, humla, humla. And I'm like, hey, it's my friend. Let's go play with our friends. And then you see these hippies walking by. They're flashing new peace signs, seeing a little brown kid playing with a little blonde kid who happens to be Jewish, and I couldn't give a fuzzy rat's ass. And then... just walking around with one of my friends, and then you see some woman with her little kid in tow, yanking her kid away, who's headed for us. You know what it feels like to a child when you see another little kid? You know how they do. They see a child and they point at each other. It's like, kid, you're still awake, aren't you? I always wonder what those little conversations go on when little kids see each other. But they see something their size and they say, comfort zone, can't kick my ass, isn't too big to play hard with, boom. That's my size and I want to hang out with it. Nobody, at that age, nobody cares what color they are until some big person you trust comes grabbing them losing control of their bodily functions. And the kids that knew me from birth were like, what's wrong with them? I remember when I was 2, my sister was going on about I didn't know I was 2. I remember the conversation. She told me I was 2. But she had a best friend, a little Jewish girl in the neighborhood, and apparently they'd been indoctrinated before or whatever, and they were all wee-weed up about my dad with the DOD sticker. Because about 10 years before that, I can't remember what year it is at the moment, Pennsylvania just got over their first black family encounter. What do they think we want? We got stuff. George Carlin went about it. My cousin went on about it. And my parents couldn't stand it. It's like you were laughing at the same thing and she came up with stuff. And what is wrong with you? Don't you see that why cast her aside because she's not mainstreamable like that? And why not put the unmainstreamables in the family with the other mainstreamables in the family? Did you think about that? Because my brother had some talent. I mean, he was in the plays and stuff, and he wanted to do stuff with it. My sister, well, she's kind of lame, but she did what she did, and she's doing what she's doing or not. I don't know. She's probably happily retired laughing at my po ass. No, my broke ass. I am not poor. I never was poor. But, hey, I was supposed to go to a Catholic private college. I mean, don't ask for Ivy League effort if you're only going to cough up mid-rate schools. If my short list does not extend beyond 500 miles, don't expect a whole lot of cooperation on my part to make you look good. I'm not an Anne fucking Rand. They pulled that shit on at Tazaki too, I guarantee. And if we get to Rand, I know we're gonna come up with some parallels in boy howdy. And here I go, doing the resume thing in 2D. And the bots are pinging my email, and I can't tell which one's real and which one's not. Not that I can actually do work. I just wanted to see what the system's doing, because at least now you get something back. When we were losing our everything, thanks to people who don't bother to vote their proxies. What is wrong with you people? You don't throw money at corporations and not vote your damn proxies. That's evil. Just throw money at them and look away, just like Whoopi said and told me to get a life. Well, gee, thanks. I really appreciate that. I was trying to reach out. And people, get off your shit. When you come to a social network, you come to that community. We didn't come to you. You're here because you want to come and, I don't do that fandom thing. We got celebrities in the family. I don't fan them either. I mean, I put a spotlight now because I was blocked from the opportunity to make my own mark. Apparently, I tell a damn good story, so that's what I'm doing. But here's these morons online don't even bother to check a profile or Google your name. It's like we put that up there for you to enlighten yourself, not to justify your jacked up situation and how you feel about it. Here's Dixie. Ignorant. Brightbird, avoid with all, you're sick. Anyway. He is the #1 wannabe minion of Boogeyman Incorporated. If you see a small business owner give you that vibe when you walk into their store, chances are they're a wage-gapping disciple of this guy, Glen Beck. Can't even say the name without tripping over it. Ugh. I just want to see what this rant would sound like without having to read stuff.
I guess it's good enough for government work.